Well, fellow Facebookers, it's now what? Shit. Sunday the 11th of March. It's been a while since I've done a vlog. Been keeping my head down, trying to get out and doing the rides. And if you've kept an eye on what I've been doing, because I've been keeping it on the website, I'm trying to judge all my time, all my cycle rides like a sine wave. So I have some low weeks and some high weeks. Next week is my high weeks. I've not really been bothering putting much on this vlog because of, the weather, time in life. As you know, I'm actually cooking as we're speaking. As you know, having time at the beginning of this vlogging malarkey is one thing, but then keeping it up, doing training, and just carrying on with life is another thing. So I thought, look, 7 weeks to go really. 7 weeks. Still feels quite a long way off. But yeah, it's time to concentrate on my mind, and a few things are playing on my mind at the moment. The big one is, have you banked enough miles to do this crazy ride? Is it a crazy ride? An interesting thing, I was watching, I watch YouTube videos about people doing silly rides all the time, and one of the things that comes out of this is one of my own mantras I talk about when I do things technically. Like you do things like, you see some people like going, oh, well, double click on that again, so you get a different result, even though they're just double clicking on it again. So one of the guys on the Indy Pack race, these guys do thousands of miles, not just 1,000 miles like I'm going to do, but and he says, you know, in life you get up on a Monday, you get dressed, go to work, you probably get a sandwich at lunch, a cup of tea, and then carry on, go home and do the thing again. Well, you have your Saturday, take the dog for a walk, go out for a meal with the wife, Sunday, your clothes ready and start all the way back again. So it kind of leads into the same things that I'm looking to get out of this, but it just puts it in a better way. Like, if you want to change and you want life to be different, and you're doing the same things day after day, that is absolutely insane. So what I'm getting out of this, and it crystallises it more with the way I think about when I fix IT things, is this is changing something. This is going to change me. It's going to change me every single day. It's going to change what happens to the people around me. Why? It's not just a journey for me. It's going to be a journey for why. We've never been away more than 1 or 2 nights at most in the last 20 years. So it's going to change me. It's going to change my wife and the kids. Surviving 2 weeks without me. I'm surviving. Yeah, you know, the wife's like I say, the smartest person in this house by far. And I'm not just saying that because she's my wife, but you know, she's a super smart cookie, but she needs pushing as well. She's doing a diet at the moment to renew our vows. Crazy, hats off to her. No carbs. Oh my God. without this stuff, without bread, potatoes, I think they just crumble to nothing. Anyway, so I've got on my kit now. I'm building up the mileage during the week because, to be quite honest, and I've got to admit this to myself, riding out of London, I've got a few, 3-4 routes to go, and it just bores me stupid. It's not that I don't want to do it, it's just that the first 15 miles out of London is just so boring. You got to go through London traffic, which I do every day at work, which is fine. I laugh at people and drivers being stupid. But trying to train and all the rest of it, but I have to. I've learned I don't drink enough, I don't eat enough, I don't take regular enough stops, I go too fast, too slow, and my what do you call it? My ride skills are okay if you're whistling around Regent's Park and trying to get your best timing, but I'm not going on a sprint ride. It's an endurance. And as an endurance, give me 1 second. And as an endurance rider, you've got to keep a more paced approach to how you're riding. You've got to remember that, oh, I'm not going to do, you know, 20 miles and have a rest. No. You listen to your body and you do it on timings. Yeah? So, I've got to admit, I'm looking at doing something like 20 minutes, stop for 2 minutes, have a quick drink, have some food, and then trundle on. And don't try and go big guns up the hills in high gears. I said in previous videos, cadence is king. You've got a battery of, of a day of energy. And if you use it all up on that hill, trying to be the big man, trying to sprint up there, trying to trace some, Sunday riders, fit guys on really nice bikes, who've got no weight on there, you're gonna ruin the rest of your ride. So trying to get that in my head. And I practice letting, I practice not chasing people like some kind of bloody deranged dog down the road when it sees a car whistling past. So I practice that when I go around Regent's Park. Try and go off pace, try and take it easy, and let people just overtake. I try really hard. Sometimes I fail, monumentally fail. I get home. I just go around Regent's Park 3 times, and I go to work, which is only just like 10 miles in total. Yeah, and I'm really well. I'm not sweating. I think, don't sweat. If you sweat, you're defeating the object, mate, because it's endurance, and you just need to. Last bit, as you come from the zoo and then back down, and you get all the boys in all the pretty kit, the nice, Rafa kit and stuff, and they trundle past and they think, all right, mate, you want some? You can have it, and you have to whistle past them. You get to work and you just. And all I've got to have a shower in is a little bowl in the toilet, and it's a strip off and a wash, and thinking, it's not good. So, all the mental preparation is still going. The biggest thing I have, and I didn't really admit it to my ride buddy, which is Julie, is I get terrible problems with numbness in my hands, even after a mile or 2. My bike fit is crap. So I've been watching loads of videos on YouTube about how to set your saddle up properly, because it's not just a case of, when you get on a bicycle, you're only doing 1 or 2 miles, yeah? You just get on it, you just ride it, fine. But when you're doing this kind of distance, or doing it as much riding and as regular as I am, it starts to play in your joints, on your back, on your calves, on your heels, on your feet, on your hands, on the back of your neck. So if you're too far forward, you're always having to reach up. It takes its toll on your body. So watching loads of videos in that respect, and knowing how your leg bends, in cycling along, and if your heel comes far enough down, my feet were always pointing up like a little ballerina, and that's simply because my saddle was too high. It felt right, didn't look right, and my body knew it wasn't right. So my hips weren't in the right place, and I wasn't, when you're pushing down, I wasn't using my buttocks properly and activating the muscles to push down. So my heel had to come down, so I had to push the saddle down till the saddle. Oh God, you look at your saddle and it's flat. I even got my iPhone that I'm using now for this to put on the saddle, and it was 0 degrees. It was perfect. But what I've learned is that saddles, one second, all saddles bend and flex. I'm cooking, as you can see. Bend and flex. So what might be 0 degrees, leaning forward or backwards, in actual fact, when you get your backside on it, it can be a few degrees either way. And mine must have been about 4 or 5 degrees down. So it's a very flexible saddle, because I was thinking, oh shit, I'm going to get a different saddle because this is just not working. It wasn't. It was just because it wasn't balanced right. So I tilted it a whole 5 degrees. Oh my God, that changed a lot of things. So first of all, going back a little bit, I moved my saddle back because I believe that my knee was not in line with the pedal when it comes down. You'll see, check out the videos. So I did that, and it helped a little bit, because sometimes when you're riding, you have to scooch forward or backwards on your saddle if you're not quite right. And if you're doing that, and then your position of your saddle's not right. But what also plays into that is if it's too high or not bent forward. So I went through all these different combinations. So I'm settling now on moving the saddle down, flipping it up, and oh my God, I can feel my hands, which is a major thing. You know, when you're doing this far, things play on your mind, yeah? And little niggles turn into major problems, you know? Like, the tyre's a little bit flat, and you leave it and you leave it and you leave it, and bang, it goes. So instead of just putting a bit of extra air in it, it's now cost 50 quid perhaps, yeah? So it's the same with investing in your points of contact is the correct term, as I believe on the bike fitters have learned some going on. Getting your points of contacts sorted so that when you're riding over like 30 miles, 30 miles to me is the magic number where things start to develop. You're either not had enough food, you realise you're not enough water, or your backside starts to hurt if you're a relatively new rider, or your hands really start to hurt. But things really start to shake out over 30 miles. So to me, if you're going to train and do any of this kind of stuff, unless you do 30 miles, yeah, you're not necessarily going to learn a lot about yourself, so your setup, your kit that you're using, and you're not going to learn about the physical side of things. So is your hands really hurting? Is that really going to grate on you if it's 90 miles? 30 miles now and you're pretty miffed and going, oh, my backside's sore, or your back sore, or your neck sore. That's where it's going to kick in, yeah? So, what was I saying? Yeah. So, that 30 miles is key. And also then, for your bicycle itself, have you got enough luggage? Have you got too much luggage? Because when you start getting that far, and I'm riding with my kit every day to make sure that, yeah, you keep going on your bike, you really do need. Because otherwise, you're probably going to get halfway through your ride and you go, do I need that big heavy chain if I'm just popping in the shop and taking the bike in the hotel with me overnight or whatever? And you really start to think about stuff. You really start to think about it. So I've changed quite a bit of my setup, how I feel about doing stuff, because you know, this ride, it changes a man. God, it changes a man. Because that's what we want to get out to, remember. So, all that kind of setup. So, next week, it's cold on Monday, snowing. Hopefully not too much. And I've got to keep the same mileage as I did last week. So it's 10 miles, 14 miles a day. Jesus. 10, 14 miles a day. But then on the weekend, I'm just going to go for a nice easy 60. Brings it up to about 100, 110 miles I've done for the week. And the weekend after, then I have to hit a 75 or 85 miles. I have to, and have a really good shakeout. It's the last shakeout before the big events. So the sign starts. So next week and the week after is me going up, ramping up the miles before I bring it back down, and then going the joggle a few weeks after. A few weeks after. I keep on watching YouTube and people that do it and picking up their experiences. But yeah, I have a few tales to tell after this one. So guys, thanks for listening to me rant on. So 7 weeks and 1 day. This old carcass and that fantastic bike down the length and breadth of our beautiful country. Cheers guys. And let's not forget, my There You Go.